Hello, everybody. This is a Lamley unboxing times 4. We are opening not 1, but 2, 3, 4 Matchbox moving parts cases today. And the thing that's interesting is all of them are the same case, the 2024 P case. But you're gonna want to see me open each one of these, I promise, because I want to see what's inside of these cases. Because the other thing unique about this unboxing video is we're really focusing on just one model. And I'm going to try and explain why, because it's kind of bonkers. These cases came from Mattel. They sent me these 4 on purpose. You'll see why, because there's a lot of questions about the layout of this case. And the model we're talking about is this one. This is the 1995 Chevy C1500. It is a brand new casting for 2024. In fact, when it was unveiled, and I was part of that, I unveiled it on a short from a really cool location, San Rafael. If I have some footage, I'll show it. San Rafael Swell in Utah. Really, really cool. The response to this model was through the roof. People super excited to see Matchbox doing a very factory, very cool version of this truck. As a matter of fact, I've got it here. We'll even just show it on the turntable. Just clean, very well proportioned, moving parts. Has an opening hood right here. It also has an opening tail in the back. This is the actual pre-production that they sent. Just a really, really nice model. And the response was like, oh, it's my dad's truck. It's my truck. So cool to see this era of Chevy truck being done by someone like Matchbox. It's perfect. The response has been great, to the point that I think this is a real contender for Model of the Year from Matchbox. We'll find out during the Lamley Awards. Anyway, I was like, oh, it's going to be a big deal. It's going to fly off the pegs once it hits. Then the cases came out. And we learned something very interesting about these. The P case has a chase model. Now, typically, and we'll open these up in a second, typically these cases will come, there will usually be, there's 8 per case, right? 8 pieces. Usually there's 2 or 3 models that come 2 per case. And so there'll be 3 models plus another one that's a single and maybe like 2 that are single. So like usually 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 models per case, with 2 or 3 of those being doubled up, right? Usually the more popular ones. The other thing about this P case is there's a chase that's randomly mixed into these cases. And usually the chase replaces one of the models that's been doubled up. So if you say, like, let's say, it's a Range Rover, you might, if you find the chase in the case, there might be 1 Range Rover instead of 2, and the chase is taking the place of that second Range Rover. But that's not what happened here. You know what I'm getting at. The model that is in this case that everyone is going to want, among the others, they're nice, and we'll see that in the unboxing, is the Chevy 1500, C1500. It only comes 1 per case. They didn't double up on it. Why? I don't know. It might be a budget thing, like because there's the 2 moving parts in this. You know, they have to overall budget all the models and the production costs for each one of those, and so maybe doing 1. The other thing, and you know what I'm getting at, if there's a chase in the case, guess what model is replaced? Yep, it's the Chevy. So that means if you get a chase in this case, you don't get the Chevy. If you get the Chevy, of course, you don't get the chase. But we don't expect to get chases, right? They're randomly mixed in. It's not something that you can count on happening. But you could count on this Chevy being found, right? But that isn't the case. So I asked Matchbox, because this was starting to be discovered by, say, J-Car Diecast. When they got the cases, wheel collectors, they were like, there's something interesting. So I asked Matchbox about it, and they said, yep, that is the case. They didn't explain why. It may not have been Abe's decision. Abe was the person I talked to. But I said, is this going to be coming in a later case as well? And he said, nope, not in that color. So this model, which is already super popular and wanted by a lot of collectors, is single to this case. And if there's a chase in it, this is not in it. So Matchbox said, why don't we do this? I'm curious about it. Why don't we send you 4 cases? I'm not keeping all these cases. And let's see what's inside. We could get all Chases. We could get all Chevys. In fact, I'm going to guess that it's one of the others, because when they do this with when they mix it with Chases, there's always a chance, and a lot of you seen it with like the car culture Chases and stuff. If you get one case with the Chase, you might get all the cases, like at the store or the hobby dealer that you get will have the cases. But we'll see. It could be mixed in. The thing that I think is interesting is Malaysia got this case first. And from what everyone can tell that I've talked to, every case had a Chase. And so no one got the Chevy. So that's kind of interesting. So doing the math, I don't think Chases are put in at 50%, but considering that all the Malaysia cases had the Chase in it, maybe that means that the Chase will be super rare in other markets. This model is less than a normal run because it's a single to a case, plus it's going to be less than that because the Chase replaces it. We're going to find out what is in these 4 cases. Is that enough of an explanation? It's 6 minutes of it. So now all we have to do is open these up. I hope that makes sense. We'll do a quick unboxing on the first one, and then we're just going to find out what is inside. I am very curious. We might get all Chases. It's the VW bus, or we might get Chevys, or a mix of both. Let's just find out. So here's the first one. This is the most interesting unboxing I've ever done, you know, because you don't almost necessarily don't want to find. Can you imagine being disappointed finding a super treasure hunt in a case? But let's do it. All right. So we already know. I'll just I'll put this like this. We know there's a Harry Potter, and it's doubled up. There's the Harry Potter. Oh, and I know we got the Chevy. We can already see it right there. So 2 Harry Potters. In this case, it is a new casting as well, the 1960 Ford Anglia. Done as a Harry Potter model. There are 2 of those. I'm going to put these off to the side. I could put them on the turntable, but I already talked enough. We already know we got the Chevy, so we'll check that out. 2 Range Rovers. You think they could have taken out a Harry Potter and put in the Chase in, but they couldn't. They could have taken out one of the Range Rovers and put the Chase in, but they didn't. Here's the Range Rover, 1975 Range Rover. Love it in this green color. It's a fantastic model, actually. Moving parts Chases have been rare, but in this case, you know, it's kind of interesting. And then the other one that I think is 2 is up here. Yeah. And I've already seen this on the pegs hanging. It's the 2022 Jaguar I-Pace in orange. So that one it's a nice model, but it's not going to be nearly as popular as, say, like a vintage Range Rover or anything else. So we're going to move those over here. And then lastly, the 2 singles. We got the Chevy. So happy about that. And the Nissan Ariya. Well, I would love to get the Chase, but I think in this case, I think I'd rather have the Chevy, if I'm being perfectly honest. So 1 case, Chevy. Now, if I have to predict, we're going to get all Chevys. Let's see. All right, here's the next one. This, I've got my address on here, so all of them are this number. So this is what I wonder too. I don't know if there's a difference, and I think we could ask like J-Car or Wheel Collectors if there is any difference here. But 1564A2, they were all that way. Where did I put my knife? Here it is. So where's that Chevy? So 1 Chevy so far. Obviously, if these are all 4 Chevys, I'm going to find a way to give one away or something. We'll make it fun on Whatnot or something. Okay. So we're now looking, we don't have to open all these up, right? We're now looking for whatever this is, right? Because we saw that there's the 2 Harry Potters. So let's just pull this out and find out what we got. Another Chevy truck. Isn't it funny if we just do the Chevy truck? You can just listen to the story. So we have that. I don't think we've got the blue. There's the I-Pace and the Range Rover. And just making sure, yep, Range Rover, I-Pace. All right, there's one. Put that over here. Next one. I think we're probably going to go 4 for 4, but I don't know. I don't know. We can see how this works. It's just been my experience with how these are done. And this might mean that the Chevy's more common in the United States and not in other, like maybe the Chase is the more common, or the Chase will be the harder one to find in the US. Nonetheless, we just know that the Chevy's going to be there's going to be fewer of these. Got it again. We're 3 for 3 on the Chevys, which is nice. Now I kind of want to Chase, and we have one more case to do. But you can see, I mean, if I can have someone like open up a case. Maybe I'll even call JCar or Wheel Collectors or someone who are Lamley Partners and say, hey, open up a case and let's see what the chase looks like, so you can see that this is actually the car that's replaced. But let's just see what this last case is. Oops, bumped it. It's right here. Should we just pull it out? We see the 2 Harry Potters. After all that, we did 4 Chevy trucks. Okay, so we did well. Now we have to find out as these are hitting. So you guys can tell me in the comments if you have found this mix in stores or if you've bought it from one of our partners, and I'll leave links down below because I think the partners have these cases. We did 4 for 4 on the Chevy truck, but I want to know what you're finding. Are you finding the orange VW Chase or are you finding the truck? Either way, you're lucky, because I would say if you're into finding chases, either or now because of how they've done it, this is the only time it's going to be in this case, and we've gotten 4 of them. By the way, Mattel did send that one here in case I got the chase as well. So I'm going to find ways to maybe give a couple of these away. But I would just suggest, if you are in the store and you want this truck and you see it, don't go, I'll just get it the next time, because there will not be a next time. This truck is going to get gobbled up because people are starting to discover it. And I do appreciate Mattel sending these just to see. We went 4 for 4 on it. Happy to do that, and good for you, because I'm going to give a couple of these away on Whatnot when I do my next Matchbox themed show. But now let's do the research. If you find this mix, the P mix with the Range Rover and the Nissan and the Harry Potter model, tell me what you find here. Is it the truck or is it the chase? We're going to find out. All of Malaysia got the chase. Will the US get the truck? I have no idea. We're going to find out. Just know it's a rare model. Thanks, everybody. Bye.